The community of kayak fishermen that we have here, they're pretty tight-knit, so they know each other very well. And, I've heard several different stories of what happened, but as far as the ocean in itself, it's paradise, but sharks, they're just a part of the ocean like anything else. I really would hate to see what the repercussions will be because of it, like anything else, but it does happen. It does happen. Well, the sport of kayak fishing has grown tremendously in the past 5 years. That's due to social media marketing as well. As far on a typical day, you could really have more so on the weekends, but on a typical day, you'll have 3-4 guys out there. A lot of new people, a lot of guys that are very experienced. I myself has been fishing these waters since I was 5, and it's really very, very important to understand where the currents are, what the forecasted winds are. Last but not least, to make sure to know what to do if anything happens. You have to be prepared. There's multiple things that you need to have in a kayak. Fishing is a way of life for a lot of people here. Some for sport, some for, to provide for their family. As far as, getting out onto these waters, I certainly wouldn't recommend getting out into the water unless you know the water very well. One, to basically, don't just jump into the boat jump into the ocean right away thinking that you're going to get hooked up into a mahi. Do your homework, take some classes, find someone that's very knowledgeable of the ocean. So, those are, things that will absolutely keep you a little safer, for one, and last but not least, to know exactly what to do if anything happens. It's very important to know the creatures that we do have, whether it's going to be a shark, a mahi, or ono, or a billfish. There's fish in this ocean that needs to be handled in a particular way, if not so, a 2-pound fish could certainly give you a bad day. So I would highly recommend that, before you jump into the sport of kayak fishing, definitely increase your chances of being safe by being taught by somebody that knows the ocean really well. Well, let me tell you something. As far as the shark attacks that's here in Maui, okay, let's say if there's 2 fishermen with the same bait, okay, one guy with 1 pole, toss it out, same bait, and one guy with 5 poles, right, tosses out with the same bait. Who's going to have better chances of getting hooked up? The guy with 5 poles. What I'm trying to say is that there's more people in the water than we used to have. So, of course, there's going to be increasing chances, the increase of chances of having an incident such as this happening, is due to the fact that there's more people that's in the water. The sharks have always been here. This is their home. This is their ocean. I've had sharks try to climb my kayak, but they're just wanting to. They're doing what they do. There's as far as precautions, definitely have a VHF radio. Some guys take it to the extreme of having a bang stick. Of course, kayaks, they don't necessarily come with outriggers, but I highly recommend it, being that it's easy to capsize a kayak without the proper gear, such as the AMAs is what we call it. Though that definitely increases your chances, and as other precautions, of course, just knowing where you're at. Personally, for myself, I take out hundreds and hundreds of people every single year, on an extreme kayak fishing tour, and by all means, you definitely need to know where you're going to be at